Welcome back. In 1911, President Theodore Roosevelt visited the University of Idaho campus after he left office. The university says he addressed 8,000 people from a platform made of Idaho wheat stacks. He praised the school and state for its pioneer spirit. He also planted a tree, a Colorado blue spruce to be exact. Well, unfortunately this winter, a strong wind hit Moscow, taking the tree down that was planted back in 1911. But that doesn't mean it's over. Hunter Funk from our Boise sister station has that story.
A piece of history, uprooted by a storm. This past December, severe winds swept through the University of Idaho in Moscow, taking down parts of its landscape. Director of Grounds Craig Carson says that included 2 historical trees.
The Taft tree was probably damaged the most, and the wind just pretty much snapped it and broke it off fairly close to the ground. A tree adjacent the Roosevelt tree completely uprooted and kind of crashed into the Roosevelt tree, kind of taking out the north limb.
The Taft and Roosevelt trees are part of the presidential grove on the administration lawn, namesakes of the presidents who planted them on campus visits more than 100 years ago.
Just from a historical context, there's a lot of just history associated with it going back to the early days of the founding of the institution. And these trees have just seen so much over the course of time and the change.
Other U.S. leaders throughout history have made the trip to Moscow to leave behind a living legacy, like Woodrow Wilson and Eleanor Roosevelt. Now the university is making sure those presidential tributes won't go by the wayside. Students at the College of Natural Resources are creating clones from those original trees.
We went out the afternoon after the storm came through and collected the branch material and then stored it. And then we woke the seedlings up at the pick-in nursery, potted them up, and then 2 or 3 weeks later we did the grafting where we cut the top off and are attempting to fuse the two materials together, the base and then the important genetics from the trees.
Andrew Nielsen, director of the Pitkin Nursery at UI, says students had already been learning about grafting techniques before the storm hit campus.
We currently already have grafts that we've done for the Teddy Roosevelt tree. We've been doing those for a number of years. So we have trees that are available to plant as soon as the weather warms up in the springtime.
In an effort to preserve the past, a solution is taking root for the future.
You just have these really big old trees that are just so fantastic to walk through, and we don't get to see really old trees like that very often through town or on the rest of campus, and it's a parkland.